Hello my beautiful dolls, my name is Reyes and welcome to my stunning YouTube channel. So, today I'm going to be sharing with you the process of me transforming into this look inspired by Fall/Winter 2009, the Horn of Plenty collection by the one and only Alexandra McQueen. This collection is one of my favorites of his, and I did a look inspired by this collection back in the day, 2017, 2016, something like that. It was okay, but you know, we had to elevate, we had to, you know, amp it up a little bit, and here we are. Made a lot of things, you know, headpiece, bow, all the other stuff you're gonna see in the process. But yeah, and I'm also gonna take you to the studio where Sasha is a friend of mine, she's a photographer, she's very talented, she is amazing, we worked in the past, she is just beyond this world. Her style, her skills are beyond. And I'm so excited to be working with her again after like 3 years almost of not working together in the professional setting, like in a studio. All this time I've been literally just like locked in my apartment, filming looks and what have you. And I'm excited to be finally like, you know, going back in the studio, filming bits and pieces. So yeah, if you want to see the process, definitely keep on watching. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's get into the video. Okay, so as you can tell, I already covered sides of my hairline. I also primed my face using these two primers, PoreFessional by Benefit and also High-Adherence Silicone Primer by The Ordinary. My favorites, always work, never let me down. And I'm just gonna go in with Kryolan TV Paint Stick in a shade 070. I think I'm gonna go and apply it first kind of like on the forehead and also on the nose, just to kind of like start with these portions of my face. I haven't done drag makeup in a while. Well, I mean, pretty much every makeup that I do is kind of draggy, but I haven't filmed in a year. That's crazy. Like sitting just in front of a red backdrop feels like something from past life, to be totally honest. So much stuff happened during this year while I wasn't filming for YouTube. Not a lot of great stuff. You know, life is crazy now. Honestly, like thinking back about like even a year ago, it was just so different. And now it's just, what is life anymore at this point? Gonna take a brush and just buff it out. I've been wanting to do this look for a year. I mean, I've done this look before, back in 2016, I wanna say. Maybe 2017, I don't remember. That was kind of like at the time when I was just starting doing drag. And I mean, looking back, it's not that bad, to be totally honest. My forehead is so red, hold on. There we go. It's just, I kind of like grew since then in terms of like skill and aesthetic, and I just wanted to kind of like amp it up, you know, just do like a new version of Horn of Plenty inspired makeup. I mean, the time that I did it back in 2017, I just had kind of like the headpiece and I just put it together. You know, the outfit was kind of like just out of my mom's closet. I had like her jacket and just her bra, and that was it. I mean, I also had gloves, but yeah, that was it. And this time I really just went all in. I made so many things for that look. I mean, the headpiece, actually the headpiece that I made, I used the same, what do you call them? Cans, there we go. Cola cans that I used back in 2017 or 16, like the first time I did the look. I saved them because I wanted to recreate it once again. And it feels kind of like a full circle, to be totally honest, because this time it is head to toe, you know, everything made by moi, except for like the jacket and the shoes. I mean, the shoes was also kind of like a trip, to be totally honest. I've never customized shoes in my entire life, so this was the first. And honestly, I had so much fun. I wanted to kind of like recreate the shoe that the models were wearing at the show, and thankfully I already had like a similar shoe that I used for Bertha 2.0 look. It was like this white high-heeled, high-platform shoe.
You can't wear white shoes after Labor Day.
No, please. Fashion has changed.
No, it hasn't.
And what I did, basically, I just built the nose, like the tip, just to match, you know, the shoe that was presented. And not gonna lie, I did a pretty good job. Then I glued like a ton shit of like garbage. Actually, the garbage, so-called, are the buttons that I think we had like since I was born, since I was like a little kid. We had like this huge tin jar that had like a lot of old buttons. Very Kryolan, if you ask me. And so I don't know why we even saved them. Like, we moved so many times, yet we kind of like brought them with us every time we moved. And I mean, finally, I literally used every single button. Pretty much like used all the materials that I had at home, except for like maybe trash bags and like glue sticks. A lot of hot glue, a lot of trash bags. Everything is pretty much made out of either hot glue, tin foil, or trash bags, which is kind of like was the idea. I wanted to really just make it look like everything is just kind of like made up, not kind of like actually made out of trash bags, but kind of like couture, if you know what I mean. As couture as I possibly could make it. Honestly, I'm pretty proud. I've made the hat piece. I made a bow, a shirt, custom buttons for the jacket. I also made panties, also customized them. Spent literally like days in wigs, literally just twisting those little things to glue to the panties. I still have like calluses on my middle finger. I painted the panties as well as the pantyhose, the tights, call them whatever you want. That was a trip. That was a mistake because I literally was sitting on my chair and I was painting them for hours. And the thing is, pantyhose are, you know, they have kind of like porous texture. It's you know, we're talking tights. Hello. And so painting on them with acrylic paint was definitely not an easy task, but we succeeded. I did like multiple layers and I'm pretty much proud of what I did so far. And the shoes, I think I spent like literally like 2 weeks just making them because first of all, I didn't really know in what direction I wanted to go. Then I started gluing stuff to them after I wrapped them in black tape, which was not sticking at all. Then I painted them black with acrylic paint, started gluing shit to them, and I think the hardest part was painting like the highlights, which was kind of like the last step of the process because I didn't want to do it. And then like last minute I was like, what if I f around and just paint the highlights on the platforms, on the inside, on the outside? And I mean, it kind of just turned into this kind of like Alexandra McQueen the Horn of Plenty, my Reyes kind of like, you know, combination. And honestly, like, it fits my aesthetic so perfectly because, you know, I paint those highlights on my body, on my knees, and now kind of like the pantyhose and the shoes match perfectly. Also the panties, because like I also painted like highlights on the panties just to kind of like match, even though you can't really see them under the jacket. But I was like, I'm one of those people that will spend literally hours making something that will go like under a certain garment or something, and no one but me will see it. But I will know that it's there and I will feel confident in the end, you know? So yeah, I am obnoxious like that. Thank you very much. Foundation so far is looking great. I'm obviously gonna paint like the ears and the neck and the back and the crack. I mean, if you're familiar with the Horn of Plenty collection, you know what the models look like. This creepy, crazy clowns. I'm also gonna be painting teeth black because why not? Because I really want to take it there. I really want to be like this creepy, ugly monster. It's gonna be kind of like if you've seen my video of me creating a consumer look where I painted my teeth black, it's kind of going to be like similar to that, but more so accurately, kind of like a hodgepodge. Not particularly like an exact recreation of certain look, but more so just kind of like a mixture of every look from the runway with a little bit of my Reyes twist to it, you know? Now I'm gonna take this Revolution X Alexis Stone palette and I'm gonna be taking these grays and I'm just gonna contour the nose first. And I don't want to contour too much because the models on the runway were just like having white face and lipstick, that's it. But because I'm doing kind of like my draggy version of the makeup from the runway, I just really want to keep it very me, but also stay true to the reference in a way. So I'm gonna contour, probably what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna contour the nose, the cheekbones, maybe a little bit under the lip, just to kind of like make sure that I have that highlight going on. And that's pretty much it. I was kind of like contemplating whether I want to like contour the jawline or not, just to kind of like define it. But then I was like, you know what? We're doing powder today. we're doing Crazy Clown, we're doing Art the Clown. Hello. So yeah, no, but let's hope that my natural bone structure will do the trick. So let's get into it. I'm first gonna take like the lightest shade from the palette. Ooh, that is intense. Did you miss me, guys? Did you miss me? Oh. I stopped filming for YouTube just because I was kind of like exhausted and burnt out from editing pictures, then editing videos, and editing videos for and like for stories, for posts, then reels came in, and just it was just a lot. I was just so burnt out, and because like every time I would post a video, I also kind of wanted to bring something quote unquote new to the table in terms of like what I usually do, you know. I didn't want it to be just like one note kind of like situation. So I just got tired, and I don't know, I decided to take a break and just focus on pictures mainly. And honestly, at the time, it felt so good just to be able to, you know, create a look, film some maybe like funny reels / TikToks, and just focus more so on kind of like static image rather than, you know, doing all these videos and what have you. The last video I made was the Juno Birch transformation, which I cannot believe that happened, but Juno Birch actually saw that video when she was reacting to her fans or just people in general just doing recreations of her makeup. I'm gonna insert the video right here.
Okay, oh, what is this one,
Hello,
people?
Today, we are gonna be creating this Juno Birch alien lady makeup look. Yes, that's happening.
Oh, this bitch is a makeup artist. This bitch is like neat. She knows what she's doing. Look at this. Oh my god, so she's doing like her contour all the way down her Cupid's bow. I think that's gorgeous.
And when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, because the first time I tagged her, she didn't really kind of like respond or anything. She liked me on Twitter after I harassed her, literally just tagging her, and she was kind of like, oh my god, and that was it. And I was like, oh my god, she hates me. She said so many nice things about me. She was like, this bitch is a makeup artist, and I was like, so even if you guys try to come for me for my makeup artistry, don't. Because Juno Birch said that I'm a makeup artist, so here's that.
Rightfully so.
I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. I kind of know what the hell I'm doing, but also not really. Just gonna soften it. I don't know, like we will see. Obviously I will go back and just kind of like correct everything, but this is what it's looking like so far. I'm so excited about this look just because, well, not only because I worked on it for such a long time and it's kind of like one of my favorite Alexandra McQueen collections, but also because later on I'm gonna be taking you with me to the studio where Sasha and I are gonna like shoot this look, and I will try my best to film like a little backstage moment.
Guess what, bitches? I didn't. However, Sasha did film me posing like a true supermodel that I am. So, stay tuned for that.
Just to kind of show you the process and just me posing and Sasha doing her best to capture me looking gorgeous and creepy and what have you. I haven't been to like an actual studio in so long. I think the last time we tried doing like an actual photo shoot was like in 2020 or something like that. And that's about it. Like the last time I went to the studio was actually in the beginning of this year, but I was kind of like the makeup artist, so I wasn't obviously like posing or whatever. I was just doing the makeup on a model, and that photo shoot was actually a lot of fun. But yeah, it's going to be like a nice experience just going back and experiencing what I was doing back in 2019 a lot, 2018, 2019. Actually, I did a lot of like studio stuff, and just like I had a lot of stuff going on in 2019, which was really exciting. And kind of like since then it was more so just me at home, just kind of like going back to my roots, how I started, and just like shooting a lot of stuff at home. And honestly, I don't mind that. I kind of started doing that because, you know, no one wanted to kind of like work with me in the beginning, and I was like, you know what, you don't want to work with me, I'm gonna create my own little world. So I kind of like created the Red Room, and I started like doing all these concepts and kind of like developing my drag aesthetic. And as the time went by, you know, people started noticing me, and just, you know, the opportunities came along, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like, I wish I could go back to 2019 and just kind of like experience that stuff all over again, like the Vogue shooting and all the other projects and whatever. It was so much fun. I really miss that. I really miss kind of like this exciting time, which unfortunately I think is not coming back anytime soon. But you know what? I mean, I have my skills. I still have people around me that are willing to work with me, which is honestly a blessing. For example, like Sasha, she's such a great talent and I absolutely love her style of photography. She is definitely one of my faves, and I think she always will be, because she was kind of like one of the first people who was interested in working with me through mutual friends and whatever. We met, I think, the first time in 2018, I believe, and it was so much fun. It was so exciting. And I mean, the fact that we still kind of, you know, in contact and, you know, work from time to time still, it's really a great thing, and I'm really grateful for that. Grateful for that. Now I'm gonna take a smaller brush and just highlight the bridge of the nose and also kind of soften the sides. I wanted to do like, you know, cream contouring at first, but then I was like, contouring with black or gray is gonna be such a fucking nightmare, because all the grays that I have are kind of like either liquid lipsticks or like brow pomades. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go with good old-fashioned powders, and I mean, as you can tell, it's doing the trick just fine. I mean, this palette is so great. I've used it for so many things. It's saving my ass yet again. Now taking a small brush and Kryolan, I'm just gonna paint on my little half moon, highlight on the tip of the nose. Okay, the nose today is very skinny. Ooh, so skinny. I'm gonna take this brush and I'm just gonna like correct the sides, make them nice and sharp. And I'm kind of bringing it up and almost kind of like cutting the crease, but not like sharply, just kind of like, you know, creating kind of like a soft blown out kind of contour. I'm so pumped to be just like sitting here and filming again. It felt like literally forever, and I was kind of like contemplating whether I want to like go back to YouTube and just like start filming again, because at some point I was like, my YouTube days are over, I'm never coming back. But then I was like, you know what, f that. And here I am again, back again, because you know what, I'm feeling kind of like more confident in terms of like speaking on camera, and just like in my previous videos I was kind of like almost very tight and kind of like pretending, being kind of like this version of myself that I'm not. In the past year, I really just made a lot of like decisions in terms of confidence, self-confidence, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna be myself, and if people don't like me, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a Do I look like I give a because I don't.
I am who I am. I don't want to be like this pretentious character. My neighbors are literally screaming like non-stop. Like, this has to be a little bit higher. You know what? If it's crooked, it is what it is. I don't care. I'm gonna like cover my eyelids and like set them in place, just so I don't have to like go back and mess with them. The thing about Kryolan, if it's not like warmed up, it's really hard to just like really get it into the creases and whatever. That's why when I highlight in my regular drag makeup, I usually apply it with a finger, just because not only it kind of like melts into the skin easier, but also like it's just, you can really like layer it and apply it like very opaquely. Is that even a word? Intensely opaquely? It just looks more opaque. There we go. I'm gonna take this white Revolution makeup powder. I'm still confused like what it's supposed to be. It's like supposed to be a face powder, but it's completely white. I thought it was meant to be translucent, but it's not. I don't know what it is, but it works. And that's good enough for me. I'm gonna really pick it up on the brush and just set the eyelids. Honestly, if this makeup looks like absolutely terrible in terms of like texture, that's kind of the goal, honestly. I don't want to create this beauty, flawless kind of finish. I want to look like this creepy clown creature with crusty as makeup, so the whiter, the crustier, the better. Honestly, I love beauty makeup and like drag makeup and painting myself like into this beautiful goddess, but at the same time, like, I just love looking all types of crazy, so I miss this shit. Like, I really missed it. Like, back in 2020, I think I used to paint myself. It was kind of like the structure of the nose and like the contouring and everything was my drag makeup, but it was kind of just white, basically, without like eyeshadow, without brows, and I consider that as kind of this, that's kind of like the base of my drag, I don't want to say persona because like when I'm in drag I'm kind of like me, but just kind of like amplified version of me. But like this is what I would look like if I was kind of like this version of myself in drag and had no makeup on, like just this kind of like browless yet contoured, this kind of like weird cartoony creature, kind of like a vampire, like dusty, very like demonic in a way. It's kind of giving this, but just white and obviously like inspired by the Horn of Plenty. I feel like when people at the studio see me, they're gonna be like, what the hell is even that? And I would be like, I know. Okay, let's do the rest of the face. Always up, never down, because trust me, gravity is doing that for me already. Can you believe I'm 24? 24. That is a lot. Also, my birthday was so nice. I got in drag and I literally was looking my best. I had my yellow wig on, I had my purple eyeshadow on, my little outfit. Oh, it was so good. It took literally forever to get in drag and just like look gorgeous, but honestly it was totally worth it. Brush. Brush, 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 brush. Do you guys think this foundation is a little bit light for me? Be honest. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the same gray, with a smaller brush. Gonna contour my cupid's bow. I started watching Gem and Holograms. Every time I go to bed and like try to fall asleep, the opening of the series literally plays non-stop in my head. I cannot get it out of my head. Like it's like a virus. It's so iconic. Like this show is so 80s. I don't know why, but I love, well actually I know why. I love Misfits more than actually like Gem and Holograms. If you look at my recent picture in yellow wig, I feel like I look like a little bit like Pizzazz. And honestly, like I would love to cosplay her at some point in my life. The funny thing is, when I started watching it, I was like, oh, it's a kid's show, like, you know, not gonna like it, even though I love cartoons and I watch cartoons all the time. But for some reason, even though like the series are very like simple and episodes are very like simple in terms of like, you know, what's going on, I love it. Like I'm living for it. Like every fucking second I'm living for it. Especially the songs and the looks and the hair and everything is just like fashion. And Gem and the Holograms is on top. The colors, you know, just even the quality of the show, just kind of like how it was kind of like recorded. Let's contour. As I said, I want to do just kind of like the cheekbone and go a little bit kind of like up. Let's see how it goes. I honestly have no idea what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna like start adding shadow little by little. Okay, so the contour is on. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do reversed baking, which basically means I'm gonna set my face with a pressed powder first, and then I'm gonna bake on top just to kind of like ensure that my makeup stays on for a very long time. Since this powder like has a white pigment, it will also kind of like amplify the whiteness of the face a little bit more, just because I'm gonna be like photographed. I want my base to look absolutely flawless. Then I'm gonna take a big brush and I'm just gonna really pick up like a lot of powder on it, because we don't want any creases, we don't want any foundation sticking to the brush. Doing the same thing around the nose, just with a smaller brush, just to be more precise. Kind of like switching in between the brushes, just to make sure I set every area the right way. And now to really lock everything into place, I'm gonna take my RCMA no color powder and I'm just gonna set everything using my beauty blender. The only problem with setting this makeup with white powder is that you literally cannot see where the powder is. Going over the eyelids just in case. I'm gonna take a powder puff and I have some like baby powder left in this cap and I'm just gonna like really press it in. So the powder is off. I'm gonna paint my neck and my ears off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm currently curling my lashes up to share. You know what's really annoying about this eyelash curler? It never curls like the outer portion of my eye. So I recently got this one. Is it the best thing in the world? Not really, but I mean it kind of does the job. But you also kind of have to get accustomed to it, because if you're not pro enough, you can literally just like pinch your eyelid skin. It's always the outer corner and the inner corner that never like gets curled. So I have to always go back and just kind of like either pinch it with my fingernails just to kind of like curl it, which is, you know, not ideal, but kind of works. Or now I have this thing. Even though I'm gonna be like a creepy pale monster, I still kind of want to, you know, look fierce and have fierce curly eyelash. Even though you probably won't be able even to see it because I'm gonna paint them white. And to do that, I'm gonna use this white Inglot liner in the shade 76. This eyeliner is one of the best white eyeliners out there. Even though it's kind of sheer, it does the job perfectly. And I mean, like, that's all I have at the moment, so I'm probably gonna do like 2 layers at least because, as I said, like, it's not white, it's kind of like sheer white. The models on the runway didn't have like lashes painted white, they just kind of like were powdery from all the makeup and everything. But you know, because I'm doing like my version of the makeup, I want to like really make it look dramatic. I was thinking whether I want to paint my waterline, but then I was like, the idea of white makeup and bloodshot eyes is like so appealing to me. And I mean, it kind of like adds to the vibe. I'm just gonna leave my waterline as is. Now taking black eyeliner from NYX, I'm gonna do my beauty marks. Okay, great. So let's try to sketch out that lip. It's pretty easy actually. Well, in theory, I don't remember like, was it easy like back in 2017, but it's just like a round mouth. So I'm gonna take this Golden Rose lip pencil in the shade 515. Let's just, I guess, try it. I don't know how big I want it. Like, do I want it like down to my chin or... I don't know, let's just get... Yeah. My right eye is literally just like watering non-stop today. I wonder why. Maybe it's depression. Maybe it's the 10 pounds of makeup that I'm wearing right now. Who knows? The mouth is on. I'm gonna take a wet wipe and I'm gonna remove everything that is inside the contour. Just because when I'm gonna apply the lipstick, I don't want it to mix in with the foundation. You know, in the moments like this, I just think to myself, what the hell am I doing with my life? I still have a lot of time, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go eat, take a break. I don't know, do something else.
Own a business, bitch. Suck a dick.
Pack my and when it's time, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna paint my teeth, and I'm gonna do the lipstick. And then I'm gonna take you to the studio. Since the process of painting teeth may take way too long, I'm gonna start right now, so I'm not really excited about this because it's kind of like very tedious and kind of annoying. And the thing is, like, you have to like dry your teeth completely to make it stick and like make it dry. So I came up with an idea. I'm gonna like blow dry the paint till it dries. Blowing air in your mouth probably is not the greatest idea, but like I have to do it just in order to make it work, I guess. I don't know, something. So we're just gonna like try to do something and see if it works. If it doesn't, we're gonna come up with something else, but hopefully it will. I mean, the last time I did it, it went pretty smoothly. Just kind of like the back teeth were a little bit tedious to do in terms of like making sure that it all properly dries down because, you know, there's saliva and everything. And just anyway, long story short, I'm gonna start doing it and just watch the process, I guess. In case you're wondering what I'm using Chrome Tooth Polish in a blackout. This is like a specific paint for your teeth. It's completely safe. As far as I'm aware, it's like made out of like some natural ingredients and what have you. I've used it in the past and so far, so good. Now I'm gonna take Matte Ink by Maybelline in the shade Pioneer. I'm gonna fill in the lip. This one is not matte, it's kind of like patent leather, kind of like shiny, has a shiny finish. And that's exactly what I want because like the models had a very shiny lip. And hopefully this will provide me just exactly that. Okay, so I'm gonna do some finishing touches off camera and I'll be right back. Hopefully already at the studio, getting ready for the photo shoot. I just came back home from the studio and the photos, you are not ready to see them. Honey, the photos turned out so good. I was on the floor, literally. I am so happy that I actually went to the studio and collabed with Sasha once again on another exciting project. I mean, this was a couple of months in the making, and honestly, I wanted to pay an homage to one of the greatest, if not the greatest, designers of all time, Alexandra McQueen. If you know me, you know that I'm absolutely obsessed with Alexandra McQueen, and I mean, this particular collection means so much to me. Him and Thierry Mugler are two of my favorite designers ever. They both know how to make a show. Unfortunately, we lost Thierry Mugler earlier this year, and you know, both of them, Alexander and Thierry, they left great legacy behind, and so just being able to kind of like create my own version of their work, kind of like live that fantasy, that was such an amazing moment. And honestly, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I am so sweaty, I'm so sticky. However, the makeup like didn't move at all. I mean, the hairline obviously like completely just dissolved because I was sweating my ass off in those trash bags. But it was totally worth it, and yeah, I'm overwhelmed in the best way possible. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and ring the notification bell in case you don't want to miss my brand new video. I don't know. Does it work? I don't know. But do it anyway, because why not? It's free. God, the black teeth, I can't. I'm literally gonna go and, hold on. Me and this Miss Girl gonna literally soak in a bathtub because I am filthy. I just need to, I need to clean off all of this immediately. I love you all so much. Stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye, dolls. Ooh. Hold on. Yeah, no, this is not how it looked, but you know, this is so creepy. I can't. Anyway, goodbye.